we want to give skills, right? And classes, as cool as they are, if you have a class goes from A to B, right? Unless you have a subclass, which is just a single branch, you're limited in the sense that you will always get everything from A to B. You'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'll gain every single skill there. Now that's good if you understand what the class is. If, for example, you are a barbarian, right? If you're a barbarian in D&D, you know what barbarians do. You know, they get rage, they get reckless, and all that stuff, right? But that comes from having already played D&D for a very long time. We wanted to create this TTRPG to be quick to pick up, like very quick to pick up, right? So all of the information that I want is on the card. You learn it and all that stuff very quick and straightforward, right? So the learning curve has to be low. That is one of our requirements that we wanted to do, right? And people forget class features and class traits and all, like they forget those things all the time, right? Even if you write them down, you forget them. Even if you have a reference card, you forget them because you didn't choose any of these things. You chose barbarian and you gain all of these things, right? You chose your subclass and you gain all of these things. Unless you're playing a spellcaster, that's slightly different. But besides that, a lot of these features are automatic, right? You just get them. So they're not choices and they're not interesting. And as a player, when you don't choose these things intentionally, you'll forget. You will generally forget what you picked in the first place. Having cards and having the fact that all of the details are on the cards, the next natural thing is, okay, why don't you pick a card, right? So we'll offer, depending on the mastery, you will offer all the skills that are available, and you'll pick the skills, right? So every time you level up, maybe you want to gain a skill in Radiance, and if you want to gain a skill in your swords, then you just pick the card. And then as you do this, right, it's kind of like a learning process where you will learn to pick up the skills as well. As we play tested that idea and we tested it out, we tried it with a couple of people, and it seems to work, right? We decided to take the leap and go, okay, we just cut classes. And we want to focus on the choice, right? And allowing you to really focus on what mastery you, or not mastery, what fantasy you want, what class fantasy you want. Back to the barbarian thing, right? If you came into a TTRPG session and you're like, okay, I kind of have like an idea of exactly what I want, right? Because I've been watching a TV show, I've been, watching a movie, and I'm like, I want to make this character. The example I like to use is Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Barbarian is not a barbarian, right? He barely does barbarian things. He doesn't really rage, he's not reckless, he doesn't do all the savage attack stuff, right? If anything, he's more like a fighter, rogue kind of hybrid thing. He's not stupid, he's pretty smart. How do we achieve these things without forcing it in upon them? The goal we had was, we want you to be able to achieve these things without having to think too much, right? We want you to jump over hoops. We want you to multi-class here and then have to figure out, okay, I'm like a barbarian and then I multi-class with a rogue. And it doesn't really make sense, but the feature and the skill and the trait is exactly what I wanted on my character. And so instead of doing all of that things, we just dropped all of that and be like, okay, why don't you just pick up the skills that are related straight up? So if you want to be a sword guy, just go pick up a sword skill. If you want to be a fire guy, just pick up a fire skill. And instead of giving you classes, that's how the mastery system was born, right? With the mastery system, you literally, if I want a sword, I go learn sword skills. If I want fire, I go learn fire skills. And this allows you to really customize the power fantasy that you want,